Rodja Yildiz es una feminista kurda y editora de la revista Genealogy que se enfoca en la liberación de las mujeres y la crítica al patriarcado. Ha sido una voz en la lucha por los derechos de las mujeres kurdas y ha trabajado para promover la igualdad de género en la región. Como editora, ha abordado temas como la violencia contra las mujeres, la opresión patriarcal y la importancia de la educación y el empoderamiento de las mujeres. También ha sido una defensora de la cultura y la identidad kurda y ha trabajado para promover la visibilidad y el reconocimiento de dicha comunidad.
Muy buenas tardes, amigas y amigos. Bienvenidos a su programa El Ágora, Charlas con Ángela. Hoy tenemos una invitada que viene de Kurdistán. Muy buenas tardes, Rodja. Bienvenida a nuestro programa.
Good afternoon. Gracias for your invitation.
Rodja, vamos a empezar hablando de tu infancia y de tu adolescencia.
Yes, I don't know where can I start, but I was born in Elazığ, which is a Kurdish city in Turkey, in 1993. And then we had to move to Izmir, which is a Turkish city in Turkey, because my father was a worker and he says he couldn't find a job in Elazığ, so we had to. And I grew up here in Izmir. I have a sister, and still my family lives here.
¿A dónde fuiste a estudiar?
Until the university, I studied in Izmir. In my high school, I was finished here, and until that, for my university, I went to Istanbul.
¿Quién te inspiró a trabajar por las causas feministas?
When I was a student in university, in Istanbul University, I met with a woman who was an activist in Kurdish women movement, and she told me something about Kurdish people's struggle, something. Actually, I am a Kurdish woman, but I didn't know so much things about feminism, about Kurdish women movement, and she affected me so much.
¿Tú dirías que en tu familia alguien también te inspiró?
In my family, you are asking? Yeah, and also my family is a Kurdish family, and my father was also still, yes, a communist. He says call himself like that. And he always was talking about human rights, freedom, like these things, but not so much Kurdish movements, can I say.
Te voy a mostrar un videíto y tú me dices qué opinas.
This video is also about struggle against Islamic patriarchy, because we live in Middle East as Kurdish people, and our society is very patriarchal. Not just our society, actually, Middle East have very power structure affected by patriarchy. And one of this policy is Islamic rules, unfortunately, because according to Islamic rules, women have to cover their hair. And for some countries, it is not an obligation or it is not an official law, but social pressure tells women to cover their hair, and it's a big problem. It's a big issue for our movements and for women's life. And this video is about this resistance against this policy, because women doesn't want to cover their hair. If they don't want to do it, you should have freely choose right. But we don't have now in this. And this is a protest against this.
Yo vi en el video efectivamente que ustedes se quitaban el hijab o lo que ustedes tenían tapado en la cabeza. ¿Hasta qué punto eso tiene que ver con la lucha de las mujeres kurdas?
Actually, I want to say firstly something. It's very important. You said they took off their hijab. In the beginning, when women did it, actually, a lot of men, especially men, said a lot of things to women. They say you are rich, they say you are marginal, they say you are a bad woman just because you don't accept the Islamic rules. But we try to tell to people, to society, it's all right, it's all choose. If you don't want to wear hijab, you cannot say something about that. Even if I go to the hell, okay, it's my problem, it's not your problem. And but it is still very big issue in Middle East. So we live in Middle East, and we know still we have to follow some rules in Middle East according to patriarchal rules. And now it's really big part of our struggle, fighting against hair covering or wearing hijab. I can say like that.
Qué interesante, ¿verdad? Este movimiento y cómo nace. Rodja, la genealogía habla de reconstruir la sociedad desde la liberación. ¿Cómo afecta eso tu vida diaria en tu comunidad?
I want to start with mean of this word. Genealogy mean is woman size. Jin is woman in Kurdish language. And genealogy says we don't have the modern ideologies to have our freedom, because in the past, a lot of goddesses, a lot of women had matriarchal society, and we can learn from their reality, their values, their historical knowledge, their experiences. Because now in the modern society, most people doesn't accept patriarchy, doesn't accept this historical knowledge, experiences. And now we know in the Middle East, a lot of goddesses lived here, a lot of women lived here, and they built a life. They created a life which is with freedom values. And now we try to rebuild this knowledge, these experiences in our geography. And of course, it is not easy because we live in patriarchal world, and women's historicals, women knowledge doesn't care about woman doesn't care about by the patriarchy. And now, about 20 years, we started these works, and it was affected a lot of people, especially in their daily life. Now they say they feel more freely in their life. And also, they say they don't accept the male violence in their life. If they want to divorce, they divorce. If they don't want to get married, they don't marry. And it was very important for us, because now they say we are not weak. We are powerful women. In our past, in our history, gives us this poverty, this power, and now we feel it more alively. And of course, not the personal lives. We are changing our society. We build a lot of association. We win some municipalities which organize the cities according to women's needs. It was also important. We also have very big against violence policy. So in every street, in every city, you can see some association which focus on male violence. This woman fights against male violence, and I can say that not just daily life, but also the public places, the public areas, change it with this ideology, with this science, because now people, especially women, feel more powerful.
Bueno, fantástico lo que ustedes han logrado. Hay un sitio que se llama Jinwo y quisiera que nos cuentes primero en qué parte queda y cuál ha sido su función dentro también del conflicto que existe de los pueblos kurdos.
Actually, beginning of this century, Kurdish territory divided by four nation states, which is Syria, Iran, Iraq, and Turkey. But now I live in Turkey part, but the Syrian part is different, and Jinwar built it here. Now Jinwar is in Syria part, which all people knows this area as Rojava. Rojava is known by the people because ISIS, Islamic terrorist organization, stopped here, and people built a free life after ISIS terrorist organization. And then the Rojava policy has changed totally. Before this war, there was a really big dictatorships. But now people have a lot of comments in their lives, social comments, economical comments, women comments, which is created by Jinwar Free Women's Village. This village, just people live here, women live here with their children, and it's also a eco-village. When they built this village, this woman just used eco-material which comes from the nature and comes from the earth, and it was also important. Now, if you want to live as a free woman or as a woman in this village, you are always welcome. This village here, especially women live, which unfortunately was violence victims. Some of them wanted to divorce from their husband, but the husband didn't want it. So they came to village. Some of them, they forced to marry with a man who doesn't know who is it. And they came to village. And this village is a policy against male violence in Syria. If you feel yourself alone, if you feel yourself very solo, you can go to this village and you can live with this movement. They organize everything themselves. They produce, they make agriculture, of course, focus on ecologic demands, and also they organize themselves as freely, and also they have common in their village. For example, they have children common, they have society common, they have economical common, and they organize their works in these commons and they work together. So now they say, after we came this village, we really feel we are a woman, because before this process, even if we weren't a human, because the system behavior like that, like we are not a human, we are even if not a human. And now we understand what is being a woman in this village. So it's a very unique village in this world.
Una pregunta sobre Jiboa. Parece que allí las mujeres están armadas.
Yes, because all Rojava are defended by the women or army, not just Jinwar. In Rojava, Kurdish people have an army which call it YPG, and this army is mixed army. Women and men fight together. But especially for the women guerrillas, the most important thing is protect women against male and state violence. So now a lot of people ask that question. If they were in dangerous, what will happen when they came to this village? Because the husbands, the partners, the men can come this village and they can kill this woman. But they know this situation, and now they protect themselves with their army. And this village are protected by the woman who is part of the woman army. And also sometimes some people, some women from this village, they sometimes say, I also want to protect my people, my women, so I want to be protector, I want to be guerrilla for this land, for this village.
Pues verdaderamente fascinante, una sociedad completamente diferente y un grupo de mujeres que ha salido en esa forma y pues también para defender su causa y defender su país. Rodja, quería preguntarte en qué momento de tu vida tú te sentiste que tu esfuerzo verdaderamente le podía hacer algo a las mujeres.
I felt myself and I saw my comrades feel this issue. One day we went to a Kurdish village just to talk people, to talk women, and just in order to have a discussion about male violence. And when we were here, a group of people came to village for another issue, and they wanted to talk with women. A woman had a speech here, and she said to Kurdish women, okay, you should have official paper for your land as men, because always men has official paper for the land, for the house, especially for the land, for the territory. And here, a very old Kurdish woman was shocked, okay? She couldn't understand what's happening. And she said, no one can own the land. Land is free. I don't want any official paper to have a land because it is free as much as me. And she didn't want any official paper. And I felt very, very big power after the story. The women have very powerful connection with the nature. And Kurdish people has this power. And me and my comrades, we were very, very affected by the stories. And I understand what is a woman, what is a being woman in this world, and what is the connection with woman and nature. And I was very happy also.
Qué interesante y qué fascinante esta relación de las mujeres, de las mujeres en general con la tierra y con todo lo que tiene que ver la madre naturaleza. Cuéntanos, Rodja, tú has estado en Colombia, acabas de llegar, o has estado ya 2 semanas dentro de un seminario que tiene que ver con un diplomado en ecoaldeas matriarcales. ¿Qué crees tú que esto te está ayudando o cómo quieres tú llevar estos conocimientos a tu país o a tu región?
In the beginning, I am really grateful for Nashira people and for the others participants, because I have learned a lot of things from their knowledge, from their experiences. And also being in Colombia is very important to me, because I know Colombian people has very power, has very strict resistance story. So it makes me very free. when I think that, because Colombia has and still is a very powerful and very beautiful country. And also being in a eco-woman village is a very different experience for me, because even if we have a Jinmar, unfortunately, I cannot go to the Jinmar because the borders are closed by the state. But now I am in a woman eco-village now and live with them. And I see Nashira's women are very nice to other people. They are really, really fantastic hospitality for us. They share everything what they have, and it's like woman culture, I think, and I feel it, I see it. It is very important. And also in Nashira, I see they have very power solidarity spirit. They help each other all the time. They help each their works, their things. And now I see they care the children together, because you cannot see it in the modern city. Modern cities, just people say that he is your child, she is your child, and it's also very patriarchal issue. But now I feel Nashira is very powerful village, and I feel I learned a lot of things their life. And of course, I am looking to go to my country, and I want to tell their stories, their lives to my Kurdish women.
Pues verdaderamente es interesantísimo lo que ustedes dicen, las que han venido a visitar a Nachira en este diplomado. Ya para terminar, queríamos como preguntarte, ¿cómo ves tú que las experiencias de las mujeres en estos momentos de la historia pueden llegar a cambiar el mundo?
Big question. Very big question. But I can say we are women. We have this power. We are this belief. We are this faith. And now, unfortunately, because of the patriarchal system, every year thousands of women die. It's kind of war against the women. And we all know that the country is not important. You can live in Colombia, you can live in Germany, French, in Middle East, in Africa. It is not important because we all die every day. But we need a program, we need a project, we need a plan. What will we do? Because patriarchy has a very big plan. And our plan changed the world. Change the world with women's spirit, with women's historical knowledge. And I believe we can do it. We can do it in everywhere we are. And also, as a last sentences, I want to say that Kurdish woman wants to create, can I go on? Kurdish woman wants to create a big woman confederal system in the world. We don't think just about our territory or geography, because we know all women have same situations. So I want to say that I'm very happy to say that Kurdish women confederal project will come to Colombia in February between 13 and 15, and all Colombian women welcome here. So I know if we unite, if we come together, we can do everything.
Sí, efectivamente hay un congreso muy importante en febrero que se va a dar, y lo más importante, Rodja, es Matriarchy Now.
Yeah, Matriarchy Now.
Muchísimas gracias, y ustedes continúen en nuestro canal Telepacífico y síganos en nuestras redes sociales, Instagram, Facebook, X.